Alright, we got another fast food review, first one in a bit. Today it's going to be Zaxby's. It's a bit like Raising Cane's. I'm back in North Carolina for a while because a whole host of reasons. Have been for a bit, but so figured get some more fried chicken. Zaxby's is pretty similar to Raising Cane's. Almost exactly. This is actually exactly the same thing I got at Raising Cane's when I did that review about a year ago. That was right after the polar vortex, which was the big kind of, what's it called, crisis of my 2019 winter, and then all this happened, so kind of, quarantine kind of feels like a similar gig. Let's give it a go. Alright, so we got some Zax sauce. Well, I should try the tender first, right on its own. Not as good as Cane's. A little more bitter, and the crusting's a little less crunchy, and the inside's a little more rubbery. It's still good. A little more peppery than Cane's. Definite plus. And we'll see how the sauce changes it. Get a little bit of seasoning on this fry. Fries are actually much better than Cane's. Cane's is just like a super generic fry. There is nothing special about it. The Cajun seasoning stands out real nice. The outside is actually pretty nice and crispy for a thick cut fry, and then the inside melts in your mouth a bit. Overall, very good fry. Somewhat surprised. Yeah, I've been back in NC a month and a half. It's been gorgeous, which is nice. Like way more than Chicago this time of year. So I've been able to go outside a lot, which is really improved my mental health, honestly, a whole lot of sitting by rivers. Sitting by rivers and then building greenhouses, which isn't the worst way to spend a spring. It's finally getting a little too hot, though. It's like 85 today.
How's the cold slaw?
It's actually good. Standard slaw, I'd say a bit better than I remember Cane's being. Nice and crunchy, not too mayo-y, though you can tell the bottom it gets a bit more. I like cookouts more, but that's because it comes with barbecue, Toast isn't as good as Cane's just because it's not as thick. Which is a really big thing about Texas toast. Yeah, no, it's weird because it feels like things are starting to return to normal, even though they're not. Just everyone's kind of attitude is. Which probably isn't good, but also, maybe the nicotine thing proves super effective, and, cases go down by 3/4 because everyone gets on a nicotine patch. That'd be the miracle, but hey, fingers crossed, That movie, Thank You for Smoking. Basic Thousand Islands and mayo. Makes the chicken a bit better. Again, a little, not as sweet as Cane's, a little zestier maybe, but I think I like Cane's more still. In general, the fries are the real standout, and the coleslaw is good. Yeah, I've been getting jacked, getting a real bad sunburn, some real forearms here.
Oh,
using a corded drill, real fun. Yeah. No, those anti-lockdown protests are crazy, and it's literally death drive. Like, these people, they don't want to die, but there is the actual spoken okayness with dying. Whether that's actually true, who knows? But especially because
they're so brave.
Yeah. Especially because most of them, are small business owners, as probably you've heard. They're not like the everyday salt of the earth or whatever they're portraying them as. They're the hair salon owners and landscaping business owners, not the people who work at hair salons. Now I'm doing my favorite thing, which is, of course, the half sandwich, where you put a little bit of everything on. Like a little bit of a hot dog. I even put a fry on.
Classic.
But yeah, I mean, that's the same thing as Trump's base, right? It's the small business owners. It's the, rural or ex-urban, not white working class, but middle class that portrays itself as anti-elite, in contrast with the quote-unquote educated rather than an actual class basis, which is increasingly not really lining up. It's weird, right? But
Let me get a... Oh,
Money
yeah.
shot.
Nice.
Great balance here. Everything comes together. It's the most important part of a chicken tray, making sure this works. Yeah. I don't know, but those guys fucking stormed the Michigan Capitol. Like, they're going to try to do that if Trump loses the election. That's going to be bad. But, you know, that'll be in November, so who knows. Going to grad school, actually. Feel to talk about that a lot, and I actually got in.
Woo!
Pretty happy. I'm gonna secure the bag. I wish the chicken came a bit hotter. Obviously, it's been sitting out a while because besides that, the like difference in texture and especially difference in temperature really nails it. Like the coleslaw, cold coleslaw, lukewarm bread, and the hot fry. Only the kitchen chicken was that hot. I knew for a while. I think maybe it was McDonald's or Burger King was like had this burger that they would sell such that it was already like separated between the cold and hot ingredients, which is kind of ridiculous. Because that's only so they don't have to make them immediately. Yeah. Coronavirus. First nationwide crisis, like actual crisis of my lifetime. Like, this isn't... You know, people compare this sometimes to 9/11, but I think this is a lot more serious. And then, of course, they're rehabilitating Bush. It's like I saw someone posting about, like, Bush was a real president after Katrina. Like, I disagree with him, but after Katrina, he, like, consulted his dad. He consulted a lot of experts, and, like, that's what Trump should be. It's like, what the fuck? Do you not remember how that, like, was dealt with? There's that fantastic photo of Bush and his dad, like, fishing and, like, holding a fish up excitedly, like, in the middle of a flooded street. Like, he's a bad man. He should be in the...
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah. Should be in The Hague along with Mitski's dad, who is likely in the CIA. Give him, if you do a little sleuthing, as has been done on Twitter a lot recently, you can figure out that he was a state agent, and she spent most of her childhood traveling between different countries that experienced quite a bit of instability in the post-Soviet era. Very good. Oh, sorry, this isn't okay.
How's the sweet tea? That's pretty important.
Classic sweet tea. Bit better than McDonald's.
Compared to Bojangles.
I mean, Bojangles is better. It's probably the gold standard. But McDonald's sweet tea. Used to have this little like bookstore and community center near where I was growing up. Hung out a lot. We had this one like mega size, I think it was actually a Burger King, like 40-ounce cup, and we would just go to the McDonald's like next door and just like refill it. We kept it for like a fucking month, and eventually they were like, you need to stop doing this or we're kicking you out. Yeah, in general, it's a pretty good. Cane's is definitely better. I think probably because it keeps to a much simpler menu. I got the same thing I could get at Cane's, but you can get like fried pickles, fried mushrooms, salads, a lot of other stuff that I'm not really gunning for. I kind of just want your basic chicken plate, but often there's a trade-out between expanded menu and like quality control. It's, the best fast food is going to come, with the exception of Cookout, weirdly large menu, the best fast food is going to come from a place that doesn't actually have that much range, both in terms of locations and what's it called, and like different menu
dishes,
items. Because you also want, like, normally stores that are franchised can be a little less consistent. That's why like In-N-Out like refuses to expand past a certain point.
That's why street vendors are the best.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've liked about living in a big city. It's just like street food. All right, yeah. So overall, say 7 out of 10. Probably too pricey for me to really recommend wholeheartedly, but it will be I might film myself eating my fry up that I might make. We found some blood sausage today and some back bacon, so going for a real full English breakfast. Gonna post it in Fry Up Police Facebook groups and get roasted. All right. Well, stay safe.